For centuries, Islamic education has been an integral part of the history of the African American experience. Dating back to the brutal system of slavery, Muslims have distinguished themselves in the continuous struggle for literacy and education. The practice and progression of an Islamic education philosophy in the African American experience has shown a distinct development over the years, which has continued into the 21st century. And the primary reason for this growth and development has been the Muslim community that arose from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam.
I said, get out of that slavery teaching. That's the white man's teaching to keep you blind, deaf, and dumb to the knowledge of self.
In 1933, the state of education for African Americans was appalling. Young black children were being subjected to the notion of white superiority, which was resulting in a devastating emotional and mental detachment from their own self-worth. The American schools they attended only perpetuated these issues by failing to prepare these young people to achieve intellectual, social, and material well-being. The Nation of Islam, which was a new organization at that time, began making plans to change the way African Americans were being educated. Elijah Muhammad and his mentor, W.D. Farard, began teaching young black children knowledge that could change the direction of the future. They established a home-based school which they called the University of Islam. Their idea was that only a universal education rooted in freedom, justice, and equality could reverse the problems and challenges in the American educational system. The University of Islam quickly began to grow as Elijah Muhammad informed African Americans they must stop looking to the slave masters for educating their youth. His philosophy was that children must be taught with an enthusiasm exceeding that which was taking place in public schools. Elijah Muhammad said seeds of dependency must be stripped away from the black community, and the religion of Islam would make so-called Negroes masters of their own destiny who could produce for themselves.
We must remember we have to know ourselves. Go ahead, dear Holy Apostle. We cannot know ourselves from the teachings of people that just was born, just was made yesterday.
University of Islam schools were nurtured by a loving woman, the first teacher of the school, Clara Mohammed, wife of Elijah Muhammad, and a matriarch of the early Islamic movement among African Americans. From 1935 to 1946, she guided the Nation of Islam while Elijah Muhammad was incarcerated during World War II. During that time, her efforts with providing education for Nation of Islam members' children is considered one of America's earliest versions of religious homeschooling. Children's attendance at the schools was considered truancy and resulted in prosecutions. However, Clara Mohammed fought for her children.